Hello everyone! Welcome back to some more Danganronpa with me, Phantom Zawai. So, last time, oh my gosh, so much has been happening in this investigation. It is insane. So, the most important points anyway, Hifumi is dead, and Taka is dead. We found Hiro stuffed into a locker wearing the, what is it called, Robo Justice outfit. And that was strange. But he, of course, fiercely denies that he has any involvement in the murders. Basically, that is where we left off. So let's talk to everybody here, see if we can figure out kind of what our next general objective should be. We still got some time before the class trial, it looks like. If you don't tell me what's going on, how am I supposed to understand? I think I figured out that someone's been killed, right? Hey, Makoto. Who was it? Well, two people were killed. Taka and Hifumi. What? 2 people? Why are you freaking out? You did it! I did not! Wait, hold on. If those 2 are the ones that were killed, that's it. I know who did it. You may as well tell us then. Taka and Hifumi were fighting over Alter Ego, right? Which means Alter Ego and or Chihiro must have done it. I see. That's unfortunate. Unfortunate? Stop trying to trick us. Just admit you did it, okay? I'm telling you, you got it all wrong. I know. That note! Note? Last night, someone slipped a weird note under my door. And here's what it said. I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m. But the last thing I remember is going to the rec room. Then for some reason I fell asleep. The real killer probably drugged me or something. Not a chance. No, hold on. He could be onto something. The nurse's office did have chemicals that could do that. That could control someone? Like... Oh, really? I told you. Someone's trying to set me up. A secret passage. A chance to escape. Someone wrote all that to trick me. Even if that's true, you must be one dumb fish to bite every piece of bait that floats in front of you. Well, after being trapped here for so long, even if you know it's a lie, you still gotta check, right? Yeah, they preyed on my desire to get out of here. They deceived me. I still don't buy it. Well, you should buy it. Okay, then show us that note. With pleasure. I have it right here in my, pocket. Looks like I lost it. Yeah, sure. Please, you gotta believe me. I wouldn't hurt a fly. As I said before, if you want us to believe you, you must produce evidence. Can you show us the note? I have no particular issue with you, or with what you claim, but if you want us to believe you, give us a reason. What the heck? For serious? Yasuhiro's account has been added. Now then, shall we resume our investigation? There's no time to waste before the class trial begins. Why do we need to keep investigating? We already know who did it. Why? Why did you kill them? Tell us, Hiro. No, it's like I said. Was it really to get the money Monokuma offered us? Yeah, that must be it. You must be totally broke, and that's why. Wait, that's a false accusation. Someone help me. Just be thankful we haven't bound and gagged you. If you have time to yell and carry on, you have time to search for your evidence. Right? You're right. I need to look for the second suit in that note. Feet don't fail me now. Guess I'd better get back to guard duty. I was gonna ask Toko, Genocide Jack, to switch with me. But if she and Sakura got into a fight, we'd have a catastrophe on our hands. Well, bye. One by one, everyone peeled away.
苗木くん
Makoto, do you have a second? Huh? I want you to help me with the investigation.
どうやら
It looks like I got a late start on this one, so I need to make up some ground. Sure, I don't mind helping, but can you promise me something? Later, when we have time, will you tell me why you disappeared?
なんで
No. To reject me so simply.
とにかく
Anyway, I need your help. You don't mind, do you? Okay.
行きましょうか
Thanks. Now, shall we?
ね
So, Makoto. First, I'd like to examine the corpses. Examine the corpses? I can't believe I'm hearing this from a girl the same age as me.
えそう
Dead bodies don't lie, you know. They tell the truth far more easily than the living.
ね
Wouldn't you agree? How am I supposed to answer?
とにかく
Anyway, we have to hurry, before the class trial begins again. Yeah, you're right. Okay then, show me where the bodies are. They're in the repository. I guess we should head that way for now. Okay, so up the stairs. This way. And in here. Yeah, that's it. It's weird, I took a break for really just like a few hours, but already I'm like, wait a minute, do I still have my thoughts like decently composed on like the layout of the school and the case and the characters and all that? Anyway. Hifumi and Taka. For a moment, Kyoko seemed to go rigid, but only for a moment.
じゃあ
Well then, let's get started. She crouched low next to Taka, and without hesitation began poking and prodding the bodies.
やっぱり
The Monokuma file was right. They were killed using similar weapons. Her movements were so smooth. She was so calm. Seeing how comfortable she was actually made me feel a little more comfortable. Taka was killed by a blow to the head. He must have been struck with the hammer Justice number 4, which was laying on the floor in the equipment room. There's a tarp laid out under his body. The killer must have used it to move Taka's body. That way it wouldn't leave any bloodstains as it moved.
なるほどね
Makoto, I found something. You did?
ね
You remember the wristwatch Taka always wore on his left hand? He did?
えふう
Are you so oblivious to the people around you? Do you dislike other people that much? No, that's not it. Anyway, you said he had a watch?
じゃあ
Take a look. It's broken. You can see the hands aren't moving, right? It most likely broke when he had his encounter with his assailant. And if you notice, the hands are frozen at just past 6 o'clock. Oh, that's very important. That means we know basically when he died. Okay, so the whole thing starting with Celeste was just after 7, right? If I remember right? Which means that Taka was killed before any of that. So that would mean the watch was broken sometime just after 6, so about an hour before the whole debacle started. Well, that we knew about.
そうよ
But last night, Taka's watch definitely wasn't broken. Hey, you! How long you gonna keep us waiting? Taka's irritated voice pierced the air as he stared pointedly at his wristwatch. It's almost 10 o'clock, you know that? Bedtime for all the little boys and girls.
つまり
So if it worked at 10 last night, it couldn't have been broken at 6 p.m. Meaning it must have happened at 6 this morning.
でも
And that's not all. Look at Taka's left hand. He appears to be gripping something. Wow, we didn't notice that. We suck. You're right, there's something white in there.
苗木くん
Can you try and pry it out? Me?
だって
Rigor mortis has already set in. Boys are better suited to this kind of manual labor, right? Okay. As much as I didn't want to, I grasped Taka's cold hand. The ice-cold hand was nearly enough to cause my heart to stop beating. After some effort, I was finally able to free the object from the tightly clenched fist. Piece of paper?
ね
Was that all he had in his hand? Was it another note? Yeah, that's it. Just a little scrap of paper. It doesn't seem like much of a clue, does it?
そうかしら
I wonder about that. Kyoko then turned to Hifumi's body.
じゃあ
Let's check Hifumi's body now. Perhaps he's left us a few clues of his own. Alright. Taka's scrap of paper. The biggest problem I have right now is how the killer was able to move Hifumi's massive corpse from the nurse's office to where he was discovered here in the repository. All the way from the first floor to the third, and all without anyone noticing it. I just can't see how that's possible. Further, it seems that Hifumi died from a blow to the head. He was most likely killed using Hammer Justice 3. Or Justice Hammer, rather, which we found in the nurse's office. But when we found his body in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered in blood. But now they're spotless. Does that mean someone wiped his glasses clean? But who would do that? And why? A little review for us. So, did you find anything?
え
I did. More than I expected, to be honest. Look at this. A wad of paper? Man, we are the worst investigators ever! Kyoko just shows up and is like, hey, how about this evidence, and this evidence, and this evidence, and this evidence? We're like, like, I remember his glasses didn't... Like, they had blood on them at one point. Okay, anyway. Wad of paper?
そうよ
Fumi had it hidden on him. Hidden?
え
He'd stuffed it in his pants. So I can only assume he'd hidden it on purpose, you see? In his pants? Wait, see you...
なんで
It was just his pants. Not like his socks or something. I don't know what that means.
ね
Anyway, let's take a look at the paper. Go ahead, Makoto. Open it up. When I think of how it was stuffed down in his pants, it's like... It better be important, Hifumi, or I'll never forgive you for this. Yeah, that's the kind of thing you should be thinking right now. A note! I found a hole, maybe we can use it to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the equipment room at 6 a.m. It's the same note that Hiro was talking about, but the time is different. Because, what was it? He said 1 a.m.? But they're saying 6 a.m. here. Found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so no one else can find out for now. Let's meet in the equipment room at 6 a.m.
それが
Sounds very familiar. That's it. It's the same thing Hiro said. He was telling us the truth.
だけど
Although, it's not exactly the same, is it? Weird note under the door, and here's what it said. I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m. The time is different. Hiro told us that his note said to meet at 1 a.m. But the note they wrote to Hifumi asked him to meet at 6 a.m.
そうかしら
Hold on. Just because Hifumi had the note doesn't mean it was meant for him. Huh?
それが
Part of it has been torn off, right? I think there's likely some meaning there. Yeah, the scrap that Taka had. So Hifumi could have pried that away from Taka's hands. His dead hands. There's some meaning to the part of it being ripped. Could you maybe explain it a little more? Think carefully.
ね
Why would he have been clutching that scrap of paper so tightly? I have no idea.
じゃあ
What if it wasn't just a scrap of paper when he was holding it? What if it was something more important? And how would something important like that become a mere scrap of paper? That's what you need to answer. The note Hifumi had has been
No.
added. While we're at it, I should tell you one other thing. The two victims this time definitely had their e-handbooks on them. So the handbooks have nothing to do with how the murders were carried out. Not that there was any reason to think they were connected to the killings in the first place. So you're saying I don't have to think about the handbooks this time, right?
そうかしら。
If you didn't have to think about them at all, I wouldn't have gone out of my way to mention it. All I said is that they weren't used to help carry out the murders. There may come a point, however, where a handbook may play a role. A handbook may play a role. I don't think I understand. But if Kyoko thinks it's important, I'd better keep it in mind. Alright! I don't get where that plays in, but hey, we'll find out, huh? Wow. That was sooner than I expected. I figured we'd probably have one more round of running around investigating or talking to people. It's unfortunate, but I suppose this is where our investigation comes to an end. You'll have to figure out the rest for yourself, and come to the proper conclusion. Yeah, you're right.
行きましょうか。
Well, we'd better get going. Okay. Here we go, guys. I don't even know why I'm saving, because we're gonna get a chance to save, you know, before the trial starts. But hey, I did it anyway. We have all the pieces of the puzzle, unless there's another intermission. So, yeah, like I said, I think I only have a very small portion of this case figured out. It's gonna be a lot of on the fly in the trial. Everyone had heard Monokuma's proclamation, and they were gathered by the red door. And as soon as we were all there... He's multiplied? Nope, not multiplication. It just looks that way because of an illusion. I'm moving so fast it only looks like I multiplied. Oh, excuse me. Hang on. Woo! Okay, I'm good. Can you guys tell which one is the real Monokuma? Can we just get on the elevator already? We're not here to play with you. Then if everyone's here and ready to go, please board the pain train. Elevator. I'll see you guys down there. Shall we? Oh, hold on. I'm not mentally prepared yet. You'll never be mentally prepared. You can't run away anymore, hero. You're gonna pay for your sins. I told you already, I didn't do it! For serious! That reminds me. Did you ever find the other costume? Or the note? Well, no, but... How unfortunate. Then it would seem we have our culprit. This isn't the place to talk about it. Save your accusations for when we get to the courtroom. So, she's right. Let's get down there first. Then the story can really begin. Yeah, good idea. That's right. I have to do it. I can't let whoever killed Hifumi and Taka get away with it. For everyone who's still alive. And for the two that lost their lives. The one who killed Hifumi and Taka. The one who killed two of our friends. The killer is... someone right here. Alright, let's do the rounds, and then get on the elevator. I don't like Monokuma's carefree attitude. Were you listening? Wait till we get to the courtroom to begin your arguing. Let's hurry and go, so we can make Hiro pay for his crimes. It would appear the culprit has been confirmed. The trial will be over in no time. I wouldn't be so sure about that, Celeste.
Ne.
The story begins when we get down there. It wasn't me. You gotta believe me. Come on, Big Mac. Let's do it. And there's so few people left now. I took one last deep breath and exhaled slowly. I began to walk towards the elevator. Once everyone was aboard, the doors closed on their own, and the steel box began to move. The clunking of the elevator kept us company as we fell further and further down. There was no going back. Until we settled all this, we couldn't go anywhere. I'm not sure how long it was before the elevator finally came to a stop. The elevator doors slid open, opening up onto a cruel fate. Remodeled. When I see all of you gathered together like this, I realize just how few of there are left. Your school life is slowly reaching its climax. Only because of you. Why? Why are you making us do such cruel things to each other? What? Do you really hate me so much? But I'm so cute. Boy, stop goofing around and begin the trial. Don't rush me. Of course I'm gonna start it. I would never be like, stay tuned for the action-packed class trial after this commercial break. I'd never hold out on you like that. Okay, let's begin. Get to your assigned seats. And so the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial. And here we are, another class trial. Alright, so what I think I'll do this episode is I will kind of review the e-handbook. We'll do some speculation. I'll go ahead and set my skills first, and then I'll actually end this episode before we actually begin the class trial. I know it's going to be a little shorter, but I kind of feel like that's just a better way to do it instead of, hopping in at basically half an hour into the class trial, and then maybe going for another 20 minutes, You guys understand. So we got Attentive Influence. Increases the influence gauge by 2. Effective during the class trial. Increases the focus gauge by 2. That's the skill we got from Hina. Let's go ahead and equip that. We got a lot of SP. Handiwork. Allows you to reload 2 bullets at once. Effective during the bullet time battle. Costs 4 SP. We can also equip that. And that's all of our SP, actually, and we have all of our skills currently equipped. So, that's pretty cool. Alright. And now let's go through and just kind of look at things. Monokuma file, the victims, we know, cause of death was a blow to the head, but killed by a similar weapon. It's gotta be a hammer, right? But probably not the Justice hammers. Probably, well, I shouldn't say both of them. I should probably say that Taka is probably the one that was killed by the hammer that was hung up and had been washed, right? But then again, what killed Hifumi, if not that as well? I have no idea. Similar weapon, but there was no other weapon found besides the, the hammers just laying around. But we know that one at least was replaced and washed off. Were they both killed with that hammer? It seems possible. But we don't know. Okay, the blue tarp. The tarp was found in the repository under Kiyotaka's lifeless body. But we also know that the tarp was gotten from the equipment room just past the physics lab. It was apparently used to move Kiyotaka in order to avoid leaving bloodstains. The dolly was found when the body was rediscovered in the repository. This specific dolly has no handles, and blood was found on one of its wheels. It is assumed that this is the same dolly that was in the equipment room where Kiyotaka's body was originally discovered. My biggest question, well, I guess I shouldn't say my biggest question, but one of my big questions is, okay, right, so the repository was locked when Hina and Sakura were there, before we were able to get in and find the bodies. How did the killer get out? And how did the door get unlocked? It was... because it was locked. And it can only be locked from the inside, right? I mean, I guess technically they could have locked the door and then left the room, you know, before they left, right? It's probably one of those types of locks that's not going to unlock when the door closes. Of course it's not. So, in that case, I guess maybe Hifumi was, since he was still alive, we know he was still alive because, you know, the Hina thing. Where the tear hit Hifumi's cheek, and then he, you know, came, quote-unquote, back to life for a few seconds. But does that mean... okay, so does that mean that the killer was inside the room? So, Hifumi killed Taka. Let's assume that. Let's assume. Anyway, he's wheeling Taka's body on the dolly into the room. What he doesn't know is... or he's going into the repository, of course. What he doesn't know is that someone is there waiting for him inside the repository, probably... possibly even in the Robo Justice suit. And as he rolls in, rolling Taka's body, they hit him with that hammer. Okay, so Hifumi collapses, and the culprit washes off the hammer, thinking that Hifumi is dead, puts it back up, and quickly leaves the room, locking it behind them. Hifumi has enough strength to get up and unlock the door, trying to leave, and then collapses. A few seconds later... well, I shouldn't say a few seconds later. Actually, no, because that doesn't make sense. Actually, I guess it does, because it wouldn't be like Hifumi immediately got up. Because in that case, otherwise we would have seen the culprit. Right? In which case, Hifumi, I guess, laid there for a minute or two. In that time, Hina and Sakura arrived. We found the door locked. Hifumi then gets up, unlocks the door, trying to get out, then collapses. Maybe something like that. Then we're able to get in, we find the bodies, and voila. Maybe. That doesn't really get us closer to who did it, though. The reason I say that probably it would be Robo Justice they saw is because Hifumi said Hiro's name. So he thought that it was Hiro. Why would he think it was Hiro? Because Hifumi had seen Hiro earlier that night in that costume. Because at 1 a.m., that picture was taken, and it probably was Hiro inside the suit there, with him holding Hifumi from behind and dragging him off. Quote-unquote, dragging him away. I guess we should say we don't know that was the time frame, but I'm pretty sure that that's when it happened, is when Hiro was called to the rec room. Man, there's so much to this case. I really think that this is Celeste's doing. But she's the mastermind. She's not the one. She's been manipulating people, is what it seems like. But she hasn't really dirtied her own hands. I don't know. There's so much to this. Yeah, it's assumed this is the same dolly from the equipment room where Kiyotaka's body was originally found. We've got Hifumi's glasses. We already know he was still alive. He faked his own death for some reason in the nurse's office. That is clear. Like, I think that's very obvious. And Taka was killed at 6 a.m. Oh gosh, there's so much to keep track of. Okay, yeah, so Hifumi... So he knew Taka was dead, clearly. We don't know if Hifumi killed Taka, but we know that he knew Taka was dead. And he was wheeling... I guess we don't know, but I'm pretty sure that that's... I'm very confident in that assertion. So Hifumi wheels him into the repository. Huh. Anyway, spotless hammer. Hammers of all shapes and sizes were found in the repository. One of them was found wet and apparently had been recently washed. Probably the murder weapon. Not sure if that's for Taka and Hifumi. Probably the murder weapon for Hifumi at the very least. Repository door. Door connecting to the art room. To the repository was designed to only open from the repository side. According to Aoi, it was locked during the search for the missing body. However, when the body was rediscovered, it had somehow been unlocked. Equipment room bloodstain. Okay, so we know that's from the dolly, from Hifumi wheeling away Taka's body. Pretty confident about that. The cloth, that's the glasses cleaning cloth that Hifumi used. That basically is just evidence that he was still alive in the nurse's office. Celeste's account. Hifumi's body disappeared when Celeste and Aoi left the nurse's office to use the bathroom. Apparently they weren't gone, but for a minute or two. That's because Hifumi was still alive once again. Yasuhiro's message. This is a note that Yasuhiro wrote to get everyone to meet in the dining hall. To get meet in the dining hall is all it says. The handwriting is remarkably neat and clear. I think that's just evidence, basically, that Yasuhiro did not write these blueprints. And therefore, the blueprints don't belong to Yasuhiro. I don't think we know whose handwriting that is, but I'm pretty sure we can infer that these are probably from Hifumi. Robo Justice costume. No one but Yasuhiro could have possibly fit into the costume. In addition, anyone wearing it would not be able to see their feet or bend their waist at more than 90 degrees. Okay. How is that important? The fact that they can't bend their feet or rather bend their waist more than 90 degrees or see their feet. I don't know. I really don't. Yasuhiro's accounts, okay, this is about him getting the note telling him to meet in the rec room at 1 a.m. Broken wristwatch that, we know that basically Taka's watch stopped at 6 a.m. Kiyotaka's scrap of paper, and then there's the note that Hifumi had. Clearly they go together. We have to assume that Hifumi pulled it away from Taka's dead hands, right? And then there's the e-handbook. Yeah. There's a lot of things I don't understand about this, but, man, it's gonna be interesting. Once again, I feel like I have a narrow scope of what happened here, but it's a lot like the first case, I feel like. I feel like I understand a large portion of it, but I'm missing some really key pieces that tell me a lot about who did it. So, you know, we'll have to kind of infer that as the trial goes on. So that's going to do it for this episode. As always, thank you guys very much for watching. If you're enjoying it, do consider picking up the game for yourself to support the developers and all that good stuff, and I will see you guys next time.